Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video here. I know it's titled My Garden Part 3, and here I am standing out the walkway to my house and videoing the red poppies here that I also grow every year. The red corn poppies, and kind of ties in with today also. It's Memorial Day, and the red corn poppy is also been known as the Remembrance poppy for Veterans Day, or Memorial Day I should say. So I just thought it'd be appropriate to show them today, and makes me think about the fallen vets that have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. So I hope everybody has taken a moment today to think about that. And also I'm using a new camera here, so hopefully the audio quality is okay. And it is windy today, so I apologize if I have a lot of noise here on the speaker, or the microphone I should say, pardon me. We're going to walk over to the garden here. I did a video back on May 11th, and it's now the end of May basically, and just wanted to show you how the garden was progressing. It's actually quite impressive, at least I find it to be. It's amazing how quickly things grow. And taking you up to the top of the garden here, this is where my bush beans are growing. And you can see they're up and doing pretty nicely now. And these are the last two rows I planted, and as I mentioned, I always stagger them due to the fact that they're very prolific when they start to come in. And you can be out here for hours, it seems, picking string beans. So anyway, moving along here. Here is the tomato plants and my zucchini. And if you remember the other video, if you go back to my garden part 2, these plants were pretty small, and they're quite good size today. I'll put my hand in the picture for reference, and you see the leaves have gotten really big, and the tomatoes are doing very well. They're caged now. Last video I don't believe I had the tomatoes caged, and these are my beefsteak tomatoes, and you can see they're almost at the top of the cages already, and these are 4-foot cages made out of field fence wire. And it's early, so I probably will have them things shooting way out of the top, so they're off to a good start. And here's my corn. It is quite high now. It's doing really well, and I'm gonna spin down here, drop down. This is the cauliflower and broccoli row, and they're quite tall now. And I'm actually starting to get some heads on the broccoli. I'll take you down here, and we have some sort of insects been creating holes in the leaves on my plants here. I did spray last week for it, and I guess I might have to do a follow-up spray. And here's what I've been waiting for. Finally getting some broccoli here. So I will probably get a few heads of broccoli at least, and I look forward to that. And here's my peppers. They're doing well, and again, as I mentioned, the corn is doing very well now. Very happy with the growth on this corn. It's probably almost up to my knee already, and as you progress down the rows here, it's a little bit shorter. I did stagger the planting times, so these are younger plants here, and these are the last two rows that I planted of the sweet corn. This is Silver Queen sweet corn, by the way. It's what I planted, in case you're interested or curious. And I'm going to walk down here to my potatoes. They're doing very well. Very happy with the way they're going. And again, these were the red German butterball tomatoes. I say tomatoes all the time. Potatoes. And actually, interestingly enough, now we're starting to get some little flowers here on the potatoes, which I thought was kind of interesting. And looking at the leaves here, and we have, I don't know if we can get it on the camera. Yeah, we have some potato bugs right there. I guess I'll be out here taking care of that soon too. But they're looking really well, and you might be able to notice I've gotten quite a bit of dirt hilled up around them now. I've tilled next to them several times and raked the dirt up. I don't have hillers for the rows, so I have to do it manually. And I know I say I have a garden out back, and I don't know if you believe me or not, so I'm actually going to take a walk back there today and show you the garden in the back. And again, I apologize for any wind noise that might be running through the microphone here. This is a little cheap Chinese action cam. It's a knockoff of like a GoPro camera. I really didn't have the money to justify spending on a GoPro really for the amount of videos I do. I suppose quality would have been a little better. And this, as I said, is my my back garden, and it's quite a good size right up in the front here. And it's a little hard to see the screen, but these are my cantaloupes. That hill there is kind of small, and then we have this hill, and it's doing better. I had problems with the cantaloupe the last few years with wilt, and I stopped growing them. I'm going to try again this year. And I'm going to walk around here, and you'll notice there's a lot of blank space here in the garden where I don't have anything planted, and that's due to the fact that, if you can see, I don't know how well, I have 2 rows of sweet potatoes, and this row here to the right is what they call slips. I couldn't get the regular plants, and they look a little wilty right now, and I just planted them the other day, and they usually do. They, I guess, get a little bit of a shock or whatever from being transplanted. They're like a bare root type plant, so I may lose a couple, but I have probably 35-40 plants in here, so I could probably afford to lose a couple and not really miss them. And also down here I have a couple of rows of sweet corn. This is the sugar enhanced type sweet corn, and that's why I have it in this back garden. Try to isolate it from the front garden. And also I ran the rows in a different direction to try to prevent cross-pollination of the corn, which I don't think I'm going to have a problem with because it's pretty well separated from the front garden. I don't know if you can see it in the video in the background there. And one last thing, some watermelon down this end of the garden. And yeah, I know I got weeds in here, and you notice most of them are dying off. I hit them with some Roundup, and whatever I didn't get, I'll just do by hand. And they're looking pretty good. I have several varieties in here. I have the round watermelons and the oblong shaped type watermelon, and they're doing pretty well also. Planted them back around April 15th, and nothing came out of this hill. A couple of hills here that didn't come out, and I didn't bother replant them because I get so many watermelon. You can only eat so much. Here's the other one. So that's what's going on in the garden right now. As the end of May comes about here, everything's doing pretty well. And that is about it. I have a sunflower growing back here on its own, so I just kind of went around it with cultivators and just leave it there. The birds can eat the seed come this fall. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to just pan around here real quick. I'm going to show you the back of my property. And I thank you for watching, and I hope everyone enjoyed their Memorial Day with friends and families. And as I said, remember the vets who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.